It's time for To Your Health. Joining me today is Karen O'Sullivan, a health coach and founder of Appetites for Life. Karen supports women who want a positive connection with food and with themselves. Welcome, Karen. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Karen, we've talked before about seasonal eating and why it's important. Let's talk about summer and what foods we should be focusing on now.
You know, I love to talk about seasonal eating, Joan. We've talked about it before, and I just think it's such an important topic and something that does not get a lot of attention. So, yeah, we are transitioning into summer, and it is important to start thinking about what changes do we need to make to our plate. You know, nature provides the appropriate foods for the seasons, complete with the nutrients that you need for that time period and that climate. So we look for seasonal and local ingredients. It's very easy to see at the farmer's market and even at the grocery stores of what is probably reduced in price or maybe set closest to the door because they have a lot more of that supply of that certain produce. Maintaining good health through all four seasons requires that we live in harmony with the natural cycles and that we do change the foods that we eat. Spring is detoxifying and cleansing. Winter and fall are your harvest seasons, and we want to bulk up and eat denser, heavier foods. But summer is the hot, bright, sharp season, and we want to eat foods that metabolize more quickly, like carbohydrates and sugar.
Karen, carbs and sugar? I thought we were supposed to avoid them at all costs.
I know. I said that on purpose to confuse people. I'm not talking about processed carbohydrates here or white sugar or snacks or desserts. So let's just set that straight because you are right. We should avoid those as much as we can. But the sugars in fruits and the carbohydrates in vegetables is what nature gives us at this time because it provides short-term energy that we need to help combat the summer heat, give us energy to work outside and cultivate the land. Because that's typically what our bodies were doing for thousands and thousands of years and what our bodies are designed to do in the summer. You know, be outside and be in the heat and sweat a lot. So these sort of, the sugars in the fruits and the carbs in the vegetables help to replenish our energy supplies. Foods in the summer are more carbohydrate-based. They're higher in sugar, and they're also higher in water because we are supposed to be more active. The other thing that we should be concentrating on are cool liquids, but not iced. And this is where I want to make a special distinction here. A lot of people drink many iced drinks in the summer, but ice actually inhibits your digestion and actually helps to hold in sweat because it's cooling off your body. In the summer, you want to promote sweat because that's your body's natural cooling mechanism. So you do want to focus on cool liquids, but not iced, and that's usually about room temperature or very lightly cooled. And you can also cool off your liquids by adding in these beautiful fruits and vegetables that we have, like cucumbers or watermelon or fresh herbs, and they naturally will help cool your body off.
So Karen, summertime is the time when people fire up the grills and we have barbecues and a lot of our meals are based on hot dogs and hamburgers and ribs, and that's just something that we all tend to do. Is that a good idea? Is it okay to eat those kinds of foods this time of year?
Yeah, that's a great question, Joan. Typically in the summer, you do want to start cutting back on your meat intake because, as I said, you want those lighter, quicker energy foods like fruits and vegetables to help you combat the summer heat. So meat is a very heavy food. It helps sustain you in the fall and the winter, of course, if you are a meat eater. But in the summer, energetically, it's very warming and it's very heavy. So the more meat you eat, the hotter you're going to be and the less tolerant of those hot, humid days you're going to be. So on a hot, humid day, you really want to focus on those vegetables and fruits instead. But if you're at a barbecue and you really just love grilling meat and all that, you can still do it. Just try to make meat your side dish and focus on grilling vegetables or making veggie burgers or kebabs or something else on the grill as well. You know, grilled fruit is also really tasty, so don't put the grill away when it comes time for dessert. Definitely grill up some peaches and plums and all this. Pineapple is great on the grill as well. But if you absolutely do want to include meat in your diet, Joan, I suggest you try those lighter meats like chicken, turkey, shrimp, like fish, like shrimp and lighter fish.
So Karen, if meat heats us up in the summertime, what are the foods we should be eating that will cool us down?
It's important to kind of think about food as having energetic properties, right? And I've mentioned that before. Certain foods cool us down and certain foods will heat us up. So in the summer, if you take a look at what nature gives you, it gives you a lot of foods like watermelons and limes and peaches, blueberries, raw greens and salads, cucumbers. All of these are very nourishing and hydrating, and they help to cool down your body. So cucumber in your water is a very great idea. And for people who don't like to drink water, they think it's boring, adding these sorts of things to your water will help not only, hydrate you better, but, give you a tasty alternative to water.
Karen, thank you for joining us today. If you would like to learn more about Karen and her work, you can visit her website, appetitesforlife.com. We'll be right back.